Hey guys, welcome to Southern Hike. I'm Taylor. Just want to thank you for clicking on our video, and hopefully we can help you out with this how-to video. And just want to say thank you to everybody who has subscribed, liked our videos, commented. It's been so nice to see our channel grow, and it makes us feel so good, and we're so happy to continue to bring you more content. So please make sure to subscribe and turn your notifications on. We would love to give you more tips about hiking, traveling, all the stuff we've used, and backpacking, and reviews we've done. Make sure to subscribe so you continue to keep updated on the stuff we're putting out. I've got plenty of ideas to bring to you, and I just hope these videos can continue to help you. So today, a big question people always ask is how much can I get out of a canister? I don't want to carry a canister with me that's got a little bit of fuel in it, but I don't know how much, and I might be doing a 2 or 3 day trip and need to know how much fuel I have to be able to use it for a stove, how many dried foods I have to be able to boil or to make coffee. So I've got a quick video here to show you on how to measure how much fuel is left in your canister, and give you just a quick way to check. Now this will require having a scale. If you've already got one, they'll measure in grams, or you can easily get one on eBay. This is the E-Tech City scale here. I think I paid less than 10 bucks for it. I'll go ahead and put it down in the bottom in the description. That way you can easily pick one of these up. I use it for coffee, but this works great for measuring all kinds of stuff. It can't handle a lot of weight, but for this kind of stuff it's perfect. Easy for measuring this gas. So I'll make sure to add this in and just check on it. So one of the biggest things to know is that this is a larger canister here. This is not the smallest one. This is good for usually around 230 grams of fuel, which is about 8 ounces. So the canister itself weighs 5 ounces, which is right over 140 grams. So if you drain this completely of fuel with no fuel in it at all, it's right around a little over 140 grams. Now, be aware that the fuel now actually changes per canister. This one here, I think, is going to be 220 grams of fuel, or 7.75 ounces. But I've got another one here. This one is going to be 230 grams, but 8.1 ounces. So always be knowledgeable of that. Also, each one might have a small variation. Also, the fuel type plays into that too. And so keep that in mind also. And another thing to talk about is altitude. You're going to have longer burn times to get the water to a higher boiling temperature based on the altitude, and then also how cold it is. You got to make sure that your fuel is warm, because the liquid difference, it won't burn. The pressure goes down, so it won't burn as hot. So it might take longer to burn, so be aware of that also. And you can just kind of base it on the situation you're in. You can even, what I've done is like wrapped a canister in a jacket or near my sleeping bag to let it warm up for a little bit, and that will help too. Or, and even in the sun for a little bit, be advised of doing that. But just be cautious of those things too, because those are going to be variations in how much fuel you're going to get on one burn. Usually takes, with the jet boil, about 3 minutes to boil water. So it can vary with altitude and then also the temperature outside too. So keep that in mind. So I'm going to go ahead and measure this one. Now this is not a full canister. We've used this one a little bit. You might have seen it in a previous video. I'm going to go ahead and see how much is here, and then we can judge how much we can get left out of this one. And we're going to do a boil out of this jet boil flash and see how long it takes and how much fuel we use. And that way we can judge how many more tanks we can actually get out of this canister. Or excuse me, boils we can get out of this canister. Alright. So right now we're at 310 grams. So we know the canister weighs about roughly about 140 grams. Therefore we got about 170 grams of fuel left. So let's go ahead and start a boil and see how much fuel we actually use. Alright, so now we've got 2 cups of boiling water. Now I go with 2 cups because that's usually about what one of the dry packs of like Mountain House food. That's about how much it takes to bring the moisture back in. So let's see how much fuel that actually used. Alright, so we're at 305 grams. So we only used 5 grams of fuel. Now, I did not fill this to the brim, so it was only the 2 cups. So there's something to remember too. This is actually a little bit bigger than 2 cups. This honestly could put about 4 cups in there. So keep that in mind also. So this only took 5 grams. So we know the canister was, let's see, 140 roughly grams. So that means that so you're at about 160, 165. So you've got about 33 boils I could do at this altitude, this temperature. Now I'm at about 70 degrees in this house. So I mean, I've got a good temperature right now to keep that in mind too. So keep in mind that you don't need these large canisters for doing a couple day backpack. You know, you can honestly get away with a smaller one anytime. You know, I use that one all the time. I just kind of carry this one for when we do short hikes, because these are just to bring it in. I know I got plenty of fuel, but this honestly will do a lot of boils. I can make a lot of coffee, a lot of food. So this stove, I mean, this gas and this stove would be perfect for plenty. So that is a quick way. That was 5 grams for 1 boil. So, I mean, it's an easy way to measure. That way I know when I get around about 150 or so grams, then this can's pretty much empty. Obviously, you're going to feel that in the weight anyways, but this still has plenty of burns left in it. So it's a quick way to know, you know, at the beginning to how much burns you have left. You can measure the altitude you're at if you're going to be camping at the same altitude. But keep in mind that it might take longer burns for a higher altitude. So that's something to remember. I keep mentioning that because that's a big thing. We're in Georgia, so the altitude's very low, but if I go to somewhere like Colorado in the Rockies, I mean, the altitude in a lot of the camping areas there is at 10,000 feet. So keep that in mind too. So I hope this video was enjoyable. Make sure to comment any questions or suggestions. If you got any questions about how to do this, I can do any other videos that would help any more about stoves. Thank you for your continued support, as I mentioned before, and I hope you subscribe and continue to watch out for newer videos. Make sure to turn those notifications on. And me and Rachel appreciate everything you've given us so far, and hope we can continue to give you great content. And thanks for watching, and have a great day.